If you've been a Costco member for any amount of time, you've surely have been told about the executive membership. The problem with that is when we're telling you about it when you're signing up, I know that it can come off as pushy and we're just trying to get you to spend more money than you should. Sometimes we talk to you about it when you're checking out. This happens about once every 3 months or so when we have our campaigns, when we talk to people about the executive membership card. The problem with this version is that we only have 10 to 30 seconds to talk to you about it, and we're interrupting you at the checkout line, which can be really annoying. Another way Costco will tell you about it is when they set up their tables at the entrance. So when you're walking in or walking out, we are there and then we want to talk to you about it. And whichever way you've been talked about it, I know that it can be very sales pitchy, and I know that the wording that we can use can sound like we're just trying to make you make an impulsive decision that you're later going to regret, but then you're going to feel very awkward about saying no, or awkward about coming back and saying, hey, you know what, I changed my mind. Because who wants to do that? Not a lot of people do. I believe me, I know. So although the executive membership may sound a little bit like a scam to get you to spend more money, there are a lot of good things about it, and I truly believe that the executive membership can be very beneficial. So I'm here to explain to you in detail how the executive membership works and to help you understand whether or not it's worth it for you to get it. So this way you can absorb all the information, you don't have to rush and to make any quick decisions, but then next time you go into Costco, you will know, hey, I should get this Costco membership, or no, I'm gonna stay with the Gold Star. So I'll be answering questions that I was often asked. I'm gonna try to explain them as best as I can so that it's all very clear. But if by the end of the video you still have some questions, or maybe I didn't explain something very well, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Just let me know what the question is, or if you want me to explain in further detail, and I'll be happy to do that. While you're there, if you've enjoyed my videos, I really would appreciate it if you left a big thumbs up. If you subscribe, that would be awesome. It's the busy season, so I haven't been able to post as often as I wanted to, but I want to do this weekly and talk about all of the things that are good to know as the year progresses at Costco. So thank you so much if you've already subscribed, or if you just did, and for the thumbs up, and thank you so much for everybody that leaves comments. Again, I do read all of them, and I love reading comments and answering them. All right, let's get into it. So what is the Costco executive membership? If you watched my second video or any video on Costco memberships, or if you've ever talked to anybody at the membership desk, you know that we have different versions of membership: the Gold Star, the executive, and the business. Now, unless you're a business owner, we're not going to focus on that. We're just going to focus on the difference between the Gold Star and the executive. Now, the Costco membership is a yearly membership. So you pay for it once and then you have access to the store for a whole year. Right now, the current price is $60 for the Gold Star and $120 for the executive membership. So it's either $5 a month to go to the store or $10 a month, which honestly, $10 a month is not that bad to be able to go shop at Costco, buy in bulk, and also get the gas prices. Oh, there's just so much. Okay, so as we all know, the Gold Star membership just gives you access to the store. You have 2 people that can be on the membership that have to be in the same house, and they have to be over the age of 16. Now, the main benefit of the executive membership, and the one that everybody knows about, is the 2% cashback reward. So what does that mean? It means that everything you purchase at Costco, with a couple of exceptions, your membership will accrue a 2% cashback that you will get about 2 months before your membership is due the following year. For the first year that you have the executive membership, you're getting 2% cashback on 10 months. Why 10 months? For the sake of making it a little bit easier to visualize, let's say that you start your membership in January. So January 2nd, because January 1st we're closed. January 2nd, you go into Costco, you buy a new membership, you pay $120, and then you start accumulating 2% of everything you buy at Costco. So Costco is trying to ensure that you get your check before your membership is due, but with the quantity of people that have the executive membership, they need a little bit of time to get all of those checks out. So at the 10-month mark, they're going to start sending those checks so that when you get it, you still have about a month to a month and a half to decide whether or not you want to stay on that membership, but also This check is meant to help you pay for the membership. And so I think this is where a lot of the confusion happens. I think people think, oh, it's going to help me pay for the membership. So therefore, if I'm paying $120 for this membership, then this check needs to be at least $120. And when I was working in the membership desk, I got people with checks that were $80, $90, and they would give it to me and they would be like, hey, renew my membership, but I want to drop to the Gold Star because this is not paying for my membership. I'm like, it kind of is though. Because when you are paying for the Gold Star membership, you're paying $60 a year no matter what. But if your checks are coming in at $80, then the next year, instead of paying $60, for a Gold Star, you're only paying $40. Does that make sense? I really hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. It makes sense for the company and for a lot of people, but you're paying less for your membership now. Now, granted, you paid more for the first year, but the more you have that membership, the more you're actually spending money at Costco and getting your money back, and that's paying for the membership, then eventually it really is going to pay for itself. So what am I trying to get at? Basically, it's a long-term win. And sometimes it's really fast. I mean, I've seen people get checks for $500, $300. And I'm like, well, if you paid $120 for it and you got $300 back, not only did it pay for the membership, but you got a ton of money back that you can still use to pay for the next year membership. And you still got like $20 extra, right? So it all depends on your spending habits. If you're going to be buying there a lot of stuff, if you have a big family, if you have a company, a business, and you're going to be spending at least $250, and that's the math. If you spend at least $250, you're on a good track. And $250, unfortunately, is not that hard to spend at Costco right now, a month. I feel like most people there do spend at least $500 a month. Now, here's some things that may help you understand how is it possible to spend that much money at Costco every month, or on average, really. But I think when people are like talking about the membership, they're like, oh, I have to spend $250 a month, but I only get groceries and that's it. And that's not $250. But you forget that you will find electronics, you will find clothes, you will find furniture. Sometimes you go there for your tires. That's like one of the biggest expenses is tires. You'll spend $1,000 on that. And then the optical department. I mean, glasses aren't exactly the cheapest. Although, again, they are at Costco because they're like, you're looking at an average of $200 for a pair of glasses. If you wear contacts, you know that you're going to be spending hundreds of dollars per year. So once you start looking at everything that you can actually purchase at Costco, you realize that you are spending a lot of money in the warehouse, which will be a good paycheck back. So despite everything you can buy at Costco that will help that 2%, there are a couple of items that won't add to your 2%. One of them being the pharmacy, 2 being stamps, and 3 being gasoline. Now with gasoline, you can use the Costco City Visa card if you sign up for that, where you get 4% cash back, which I guess you can see it as like, oh yeah, 2% for the membership, 2% for the Visa card is 4%. It's the same as buying anything with the Costco Visa card at Costco, right? It's 4% total, 2% through the membership, 2% through the Costco Visa card. But I digress. I'm going into a different topic here, but let's go back to the membership. So besides those things, there's still a lot that you can buy at Costco that will help that check go that high. Now, if you already have the executive membership, and if you don't already know, if you go to your Costco app, and this is mine, you can't really see, you see my picture. Anyway, the app will be your membership. So you can go into the store, you can scan it, like this is your membership. You can't take screenshots as far as I know. Let's try. Nope, it doesn't take screenshots. So if you're thinking about lending this to somebody you know, it's not gonna work. Anyway, if you have the membership on your phone, on your app, there is a little tab here that says 2% reward. You can click on it and it'll tell you how much you have. Let me see if I can show you what I have so far. 88.60. I know it's blurry, but you can see 88.61. So my membership expires in April, which means that in the next, I haven't even done my Christmas shopping. That's the big one. We'll talk to you about that all the time. Like, think about Christmas, because Christmas is one of the most expensive holidays and seasons, and you're going to spend a lot of money. And if you're a Costco shopper, you're going to spend a lot of money at Costco. Think about the cakes, think about the eggnog, the gifts, the presents. So I still have December to go, January, February, and March. Actually, not March, just January and February. But I'm already at $88. If the membership's $120, I'm only going to pay $30 next year. Now, I'm going to be honest, I am an employee, so I don't actually pay for my membership. But even if I wasn't an employee, I would still get the executive membership because I know I'm going to be spending enough money that I'm going to make money back. We're also planning on buying some furniture and rugs, and I know that that's going to be big price items that I'm going to get some money back. So I always want to get something back, right? So another benefit of the executive membership is all of the services that Costco has to offer, and there is a lot of them. One of the main ones that I know about that I've known people to have had, and it's good and it saves money, is car insurance. And I believe a lot of these are like Costco uses a third party, but they get a discount because they're going through Costco. I mean, it's just business, but you still end up paying less. So if that's what works for you, then go for it. But car insurance, car buying at the auto services, I believe you get deals for traveling as well. I know that if you have the Costco Visa card, you're golden. You get 3% cash back when you use your Citi Visa card on traveling and food and stuff like that. Plus the 2% cash back just because you're using your Costco card. So I need to make a video about traveling because that's all I use nowadays. If you want to go into more detail on the services, you can go to the website, click on services, and you can look at all of the things that you can get discounts on and just overall good deals. You can also go talk to a membership employee, or you can go when you're exiting the warehouse. There's typically a bunch of stuff on the side that have all of the services available with the executive membership. Now, let's go into your safety of getting the executive membership. So Costco is very careful with the language that they use, or at least they've been more aware of it. And I'm not going to say that every employee will know to do this. I know that some will use the wrong language and somebody will take it the wrong way and there's going to be issues. Costco does not guarantee that you're going to make your money back. It does not guarantee that your check is going to cover any portion really of your membership, because it can't. It all depends on you. It's not a warranty either. So what Costco means by this is that we want you to be happy with your purchase of the executive membership. So first, you can always cancel it. If you spend $120, you've gone 2 months in, 3 months in, and you've spent a total of $200 in those 3 months, and you're like, well, I'm not gonna make my money back. Go to membership and tell them to downgrade you to a Gold Star membership. And yes, they're gonna try and convince you to stay. You don't have to stay. You can say, no, I'm good. We're just not gonna come often enough, and they'll give you your $60 back. If you go the 12 months or 10 months, I guess the first year, and your check came to $15, $20, $50, take that to the membership desk, and they'll downgrade you to the Gold Star membership, and they'll refund you the rest. So if you spent $120 and your check was for $50, and you go and downgrade to Gold Star, they'll give you $10 back. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, there is the prorated amount as well. So when we have our campaigns, and I'm sorry, I know this is a long video. When we have our campaigns and we go and talk to people and they'll come and scan your gun. Okay, so first of all, the scanner, there's two different things going on. A lot of our members think that when they come and scan your card that it's like automatically doing everything to like transferring the membership to the register or something. Dude, no, our technology is not that good. It should be, but it's not. And I'm sorry, that really sucks because I understand how that can be confusing. When the people with the scanner guns come to you and they're like, hey, can I see your Costco card? And they scan it, they're not just checking to see if you have a membership. They're looking at your history. And basically all we see there is this is how much money they would have made if they were an executive membership. Or if you're an executive member, it'll say, yep, this person's an executive. And that's it. So that's why if you're an executive and they scan your card, and they're like, okay, thanks. And they walk away, and then the cashier's like, hey, can I see your card? And you'll be like, oh, I just gave it to you. Did you not scan it? No, we didn't. So I'm sorry. That sucks. If you're not an executive member, the scanners do math to determine whether or not you're on track to make money back or not. So the sucky thing about this is that if you've had your membership for 6 months and somebody scans your card, you've spent thousands of dollars. The scanner's going to say, this guy could be making $130 back just based on the last 6 months. And so the person's going to talk to you. We call them floaters. And they're going to talk to you about the membership. And they're going to be like, yo, have you heard about the executive membership? You should go into it because look at how much you're spending. Look at everything you could have made if you were an executive member. And sometimes it sounds really good and you'll be like, yeah, let's do it. And then the next 4 months, again, we're talking about the first 10 months, right? Before your membership expires. You're not going to spend that much money, and then you're going to get a check for $10, $15. Now, this is prorated. So if you've been an active member for 6 months, you're not going to pay $60 for the rest of the year. You're going to pay, I think it's a little bit less than half, because again, it's just for 4 months. But whatever that 4th month value or whatever the remainder of your membership is, that's how much you're going to pay. So they'll tell you like, hey, you can upgrade to the executive membership for $28 right now, and then you'll start accumulating 2% back, including everything you buy that day, which is true. Everything you buy that day will get accumulated on your 2%. You have to be careful with that too. But again, if you don't make that money back, if you spent $28 to upgrade at the register and then you get a check for $15, just go downgrade, have them refund you that, or you can give it a shot for another year. And then the nice thing about that is that you're going to pay $120, but now you're actually going to get a full 12 months worth of 2% cashback reward. That in itself is a risk that you're taking based on how much money you spend throughout the year. Again, I know it sucks. I know it's easier said than done. I know that nobody really knows how much they're going to spend at Costco. But at the same time, you can have a good idea. I mean, just look at the receipts. Every time you go to Costco, just look at how much you're spending and then just average it out and see, oh, you know what? I am spending more than $250 a month. So maybe I should get the executive membership. And now you know that if you do get the executive membership and you don't make your money back, that you still can get your money back. You're not ever really losing. You're just putting your money down first. Think of it like an investment. That's what I like to tell people that were kind of like, oh, I don't know, it's a lot of money. I'm like, yeah, but you're gonna get more money back, because I know that you're gonna go buy a couch right now because we just talked about it. Because I know that you're gonna travel, because I know that your friend told you that they went to Cancun with Costco Travel and they spent $3,000 on their trip for 2 weeks, and you're gonna do the same thing because we just talked about it. So I'm gonna tell you, it's worth it. Do it. Here's another example. If you only paid $20 to upgrade to the executive membership for the next 2 months, and you spent so much money in the next 2 months that your check is $40, you made money back. I know it may not seem like it to you, but you made money back. You spent $20, you're getting $40 back, and now you can use that $40 to pay for your membership next time. So therefore, your executive membership is $100 once the math is completely done, if I did that correctly in my head. Or maybe $80 if you want to look at it that way. But you're still spending less than the full 120, and if you made that much money back in just a couple of months, then yeah, once you get cash back for the full year, you're probably going to get a good amount back. By the way, the limit for the 2% cashback reward is $1,000, so you can't make more than that. But I don't think I've ever seen an even $1,000 check. I think the highest one I've ever seen was like 770 something. That was a little while ago. And just to finish up, the last question that I think I would get asked a lot is, if I get the executive membership, do I get more people under my, in the account? No, you don't. It's still just 2. The only membership that can carry more than 2 people is the business membership. But as far as the payment goes, you're still paying $60 per every 2 people, or $120 per 2 people, depending on whether or not you have a gold star or an executive business. All right, so I think that's it. This was a long one, but I hope everything was clear. Again, if you have any questions, if there's something that I might have overlooked, I know I kind of rambled a little bit here and there, but if there are any questions that you have, just let me know in the comment section. I will answer as many of them as I can for the next few months, because I like being able to clarify information and there's no confusion. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, thank you so much. Thank you so much for staying this whole time. I really appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Let me know what other stuff you want me to talk about. Okay, peace.